JP Morgan Chase CEO and chairman Jamie Dimon has been going after Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren. Now, as we all know, Elizabeth Warren has been proposing a wealth tax. She has really centered her campaign on the idea that this system of inequality means that we need to target the millionaires and, more importantly, billionaires like Jamie Dimon to ensure that they're paying their fair share. Well, Jamie Dimon doesn't like that and recently commented on Elizabeth Warren during a sit-down interview with CNBC. Take a look.
You've dealt with Senator Warren, obviously, plenty of times, whether recently or in hearings or when she was head of the CFPB. Do you think the characterization of her in the press that she's anti-business, anti-capitalism is fair?
Look, I don't know. You really have to ask her what she really means. She uses some pretty harsh words. Some would say vilifies successful people. So I don't like vilifying anybody. I think we should applaud successful people. A lot of people come to the company for opportunity and choice and success. We want that for everybody.
So this whole, this is now the second person, incredibly wealthy individual this week who has complained about feeling vilified. But what about the vilification of the working class for decades now? They're lazy, they don't know how to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. They just want handouts, they just want entitlements. I mean, they have been vilified over and over and over again by these corporate CEOs, by the corporate media. They have been left to fend for themselves. You have children in America literally sleeping on streets right now. No one cares about that vilification, right? But Jamie Dimon, sitting in his ivory tower somewhere, enjoying the privileges that this unfair, rigged economic system has given him, is complaining about feeling vilified. Cry me a goddamn river, okay?
Yeah, like he says Elizabeth Warren's words about, bankers should pay more and the fair share in taxes. They're exploiting the economy. Those are pretty harsh words. I agree with Jamie Dimon. So is foreclosure.
Yes.
So are layoffs. So are all the things that JP Morgan Chase is responsible for and has been responsible for in contributing to the past recession, which people are still recovering from. So yeah, I really intensely rolled my eyes when Jamie Dimon said he felt, poor Jamie Dimon, I'm vilified for making, why can't we just talk about successful people and make everyone successful? Because if that was really his goal and that was really his motto, he wouldn't be a banker. He'd be giving away all of his money. JP Morgan Chase's job as an institution would be to just fund projects and do these different things to make the world better and make people more successful. But he doesn't care about success. He cares about his bottom line, and really only his bottom line and whatever impacts that.
Yeah. By the way, for this series, I was seeing some stuff about Bill Gates being asked about Elizabeth Warren versus Donald Trump, if that's what it was. And I think that will probably provide some fodder. He's not crying necessarily, but he's doing some vilifying of his own, or at least not being as clear as he should be. But you can look into that. On Jamie Dimon, you know what word I hate? I hate the word successful. Because all it literally means is we're looking at your current situation saying you're a success. But because of the way that capitalism has ensorcelled America for decades and decades and decades, we also imply without stating that you're a better person and that you got there for good reasons and totally morally upright, no issues with it whatsoever. You can be successful and not be a billionaire, you'd be shocked to find out. And you can be a billionaire and you can be one of the worst people literally on the face of the earth. But they use words like that to trick people into thinking that Jamie Dimon has 1 ounce more moral value than any person who is, answering phones at a call center or flipping burgers or whatever. And the difference between those two groups, and I agree with you, the working class gets vilified far more than the rich on TV, but they both do to some extent. The difference is that if you are flipping burgers, you can't get on literally any cable news show you want. But Jamie Dimon, anytime he wants to defend himself, he can get on there.
It's such a great point. And I just had a flashback of, when the 1994 earthquake happened in Northridge, California, our home was damaged. And we, where my dad was working at the time, he couldn't go back to work. He was a wage worker, which meant he wasn't making any money at that time until his place of work opened back up again. And so FEMA came in, helped out, and also provided food stamps for people, including my family, right? And I remember going to the grocery store with my mom with food stamps, which were literally like coupons back in the day. So everyone who's in line knows that you're using food stamps. And I remember being vilified, my family being vilified as we're after, and everyone knows, we're all in the same area. Everyone knows that this earthquake just happened and people are suffering, but the vilification is so deep and it's so ingrained in our society today that even people in the same working class will vilify each other because that talking point gets regurgitated over and over and over again in the media, and it's disgusting. But anyway, I do want to go to Elizabeth Warren's response to this, and I think that she's actually played this really well. Here's what she says. It's really simple. Jamie Dimon and his buddies are successful in part because of the opportunities, workforce, and public services that we all paid for. Right. It's only fair that he and his billionaire friends chip in to make sure everyone else has a chance to succeed. She also writes, the fact that they've reacted so strongly, so angrily to being asked to chip in more tells you all you need to know. The system is working great for the wealthy and well-connected, and Jamie Dimon doesn't want that to change. I'm going to fight to make sure it works for everyone. Now, regardless of what you think of Elizabeth Warren, you have to give her credit for how she played this, because this is the type of economic populist messaging that does resonate with people. Doesn't resonate with people like Leon Cooperman, a multi-billionaire that we spoke about yesterday. He's the one who literally had an emotional breakdown on national television over the idea of having to choose between Donald Trump and Elizabeth Warren, and that was following a 20-minute anti-Warren rant. I enjoyed watching that video so much that I brought it back for today, so let's watch.
I am not in favor of all this impeachment inquiry. I want the American people to decide in November of 2020 what the future should be.
I think, I think it's kind of obvious people can not only see the emotion on your face, but hear it in your voice when you talk about this, Lee. Why?
I care. That's it.
You're the worst.
Delicious.
Oh my God.
So that edit wasn't necessary, but it was.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.